My name is Liz Stevens, and I compete every day to inspire people.
This is the Everyday Competitor Podcast. Each episode features people just like you, winning in their career, workouts, and life just like you want to. All because they've chosen to compete every day. Here's your host, Compete Everyday founder, Jake Thompson.
Liz, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So we've been chatting for like 10 minutes off air before we ever hit record and just got to learn some awesome things about you. But I would love for you to share just a little bit to the listeners and the viewers of the show. Tell us about yourself. Help us get to know you.
I'm Liz. I'm from good old Wisconsin, Milwaukee. Woohoo! I am 29 years old, going on 30. Woohoo! I am single with my 2 fur babies. I have 2 purebred huskies, red and white. Just working full time. I'm a personal trainer and keeping busy with that. I'm one of 9. I have 6 brothers and 2 sisters. Yep. And enjoying life.
Wow. So many questions I have there. And one of the things that we didn't even get into is that not only are you a personal trainer, but you work obviously in insurance. You're very successful with Advocare. You have other odds and ends that you do to keep yourself busy. My first question is, how do you keep your sanity and how do you balance all of it? I know there's no such thing as a work-life balance, but how do you prioritize what you spend time on?
Well, a good question. Especially sleep is a huge thing, getting that good sleep. Just trying to meal prep, plan ahead, go into your week with that mental prepping. That helped me significantly, keeping things out on the counter, just being prepared. Spending Sunday nights for a couple hours meal prepping if that's the case, but that really helped me and is continuing to help me with my goals to stay sane.
You mentioned meal prep because you're training for a competition coming up.
Yep.
Tell me about that. And then do you meal prep when you're not in competition season?
Yep, I do. So meal prepping is a huge part of my life. It's just keep me on track for my goals. But yes, 13 weeks out is where my next show is. I'm hoping to go in strong, where my muscle mass is and lean. And hopefully this year win my pro card. So
That's
natural
awesome.
bodybuilder. And yes, meal prepping is key to keeping on, and I always do it even off season.
Well, I mean, and doing it off season has to make it easier when you go back on season, because it's not like you just drastically change everything. It's starting to make those fine tweaks again.
Yep.
This is not your first show. You're going for your first pro card, but this isn't your first show. What
Correct.
Inspired you to get into bodybuilding?
Well, I had a friend that was doing it, and I thought, I don't know. I mean, I don't have the muscle size. I don't know if I can do that. I mean, I was very like, I need some weight to lose. And a friend shared Advocare with me, and I was like, what's that? And jumped on a bundle of products, and I lost 30 pounds and put on 9 pounds of muscle in about 3.5, 4 months. Did 2 back-to-back bodybuilding shows for figure and fell in love with it and stuck to my goals, stuck to it. And I'm a very goal-oriented person. So I was like, I'm doing this. Like, if she can do it, I can do it. So that's what got me into it.
That's awesome. And so now the competition you're going into now, is that figure as well? That's bodybuilding. So is it a different style or different judging, or the same?
It's the same.
Okay.
Yep. And then physique is another one where there's different quarter turn mandatory poses. That one's without heels. But the figure is with heels, and you've got your mandatory quarter turns and your poses and T-walk. A little bit of a challenge, 4-inch heels, but you know, when you're 5'8", you're like, all right, let's go with this.
I love it. I love it. Have you always had this kind of competitive mindset of, I want to see what I'm capable of, or is it something you develop later in life?
I probably would say more the competition-wise later in life, but I've also been growing up with my brothers, being a competitor with little things and stuff like that, but not like this big and a big competition where you're using your body to compete. And you have to work towards that goal. It takes a lot of time and dedication, but more towards later on in life, I would say, with that.
Yeah. Okay. So what does competing every day mean to you? What does it kind of look like on a day-to-day basis? Or when you think about yourself as a competitor, when it doesn't have to do with the stage and the competition for figure, what does it look like for you in life?
Just going into your day mentally prepared for the day, whether it's competing in your own head with your own self. For me, it's just a daily activity for me to just keep going, because you can do anything you put your mind to. So it's not just stepping on stage and trying to win that card. It's just going into your day, winning the day.
I love that. I love that. And so I have to ask, because you have a very positive attitude, very positive outlook. You've gone through a lot of adversities in your life. People wouldn't know that just based on how cheerful you are, how much energy you have. How have you strengthened your positive mindset? And then how has it allowed you to rebound from these adversities you've had to face with yourself and your family the last handful of years?
Sure. I guess things in life that are hard or challenging grow and change you. I've had the joy, if you want to say, of helping others through divorces or family. Just my experience coming from a divorce, my sister's cancer journey, my parents' divorce recently. I guess it just grows you as a person to go through challenges. And it also helps you grow as a person with how you react and how you're going to go into your day thinking, oh, okay, negative thoughts. I guess it's just staying positive, because those are not your forever days. It's going to get better. Not every day is going to be that negative, I guess, going through those challenges. And I guess I'm stronger, happier, and healthier because of the things that have happened in my life. I mean, yeah, you can look at it and go, okay, that's hard. You went through a lot being young, but it's changed me to be more positive and to help others. I have a huge passion for helping others. And if that just means sharing my story or having them, or just being there to listen to them, I think it means a world of a difference just to stay positive, because it's not going to be your end results. Tomorrow's not going to be today.
Right. That's right. So is it because you've gone through some of those situations, as well as your own health journey, when you lost 30 pounds, you started putting on muscle, but what was the kicking factor that eventually pushed you over the edge into becoming a personal trainer? Because a lot of people may go through that health transformation, but they don't jump into wanting to do that for others. So why did you step out that way?
I think because it changed my life so much, of just moving, building muscle. And especially as a woman, some people go into that thinking, oh, I don't want to look like a man. I don't want to do this. But for me, it's grown me. It's made me happier. So if I can share that with others and help them in the gym feel confident. 2 years ago, my word was confidence, because I didn't have that. I didn't have that with my body. And so confidence was, for me, once I got that, I was like, if I can help others feel confident with themselves, why won't I share that? Why can't I help them lose weight or use a different equipment that they don't even know how to use? And that just really opened my eye of like, okay, this is what I want to do. I'm going to continue doing it. So I pursued the licensing and training. And now that's my passion with Advocare as well. It's just sharing supplements to help them get to their goals.
I love it. I love it. All right, Liz, what, for everyone listening, watching this right now, getting to know you and hear about you, what is something you want the community to know about you?
That no matter what you go through in life, to stay positive, to keep going. It's not your end results. And to grow with it, learn from each circumstance. I mean, I have pink hair. I get to use that as an example, going into like, oh, well, your hair is cool. Well, hey, let me share what it did to me, almost losing my sister 3 times to change my life more and help others. Oh, well, I went through cancer, and I can just be there for them and love on them. So just take each thing as a growth, take things as a learning experience, because it'll make you who you are. It'll make your story you.
I love it. I love it. So Liz, before we close, I want to share, if you're listening to this, if you're watching this episode, if you do participate in Advocare, absolutely connect with Liz. She's going to be at Success School this year in Plano, Texas. So you'll get a chance to connect with another person in the community. If there's multiple people coming in, we all will get together and spend some time with W while you are here at the base of Compete. Liz, thanks so much for coming on the show this week.
Thank you. My name is Liz Stevens, and I'm an everyday competitor.
Thank you for listening to the Everyday Competitor Podcast. Visit www.competeforyour.life to learn how you can get connected with other competitors, contact the show, and find free resources to help you compete every day in life.